Simbolon. In this video, we will present about we'll be diving into the fascinating world of international business, specifically focusing on the interconnection concept of international trade and investment. Why is international trade is so important? At its core, international trade is the exchange of goods and services between countries. This process is not just about transaction, it's the very lifeblood of the global economy. It's crucial because it allows countries to obtain goods and services they cannot produce efficiently themselves. Imagine a country that is rich in a specific natural resource, but lacks the technology to process it. Through international trade, it can sell its raw material and in return import advanced machinery. A perfect example of this when Indonesia, a major of palm oil, export its palm oil to India, which use it for various industries. This global exchange is made possible by a fast and efficient network of transportation, including cargo planes or for speed, massive ships for bulk transport, and truck for final distribution, all connecting nations and markets around the world. Export and import, the missions of international trade, can be simplified into two main actions: export and import. An export is when a country sends goods or services abroad to be sold in another market. This is a powerful way for a country to sell its surplus product and generate revenue. For example, Indonesian economy is significantly boosted by its key export, which includes valuable natural resources like nickel and palm oil. Conversely, an import is when a country brings in goods or services from abroad to satisfy in domestic demand. This is essential for a nation to acquire products it cannot produce domestically or can produce more cheaply elsewhere. Think of essential goods like wheat or consumer products like cars and high-tech gadgets, which are often imported to meet local demand. The balanced flow of export and import is what keeps the global economic engine running smoothly. Why international trade occurs? International trade doesn't happen by accident. It occurs because not all countries have the same resources or capabilities. This is the principle of specialization, difference in natural resource, labor skill, available capital, and technology drive countries to focus on production what they best. For instance, Indonesia is naturally rich in resources like rubber and palm oil. Vietnam, on the other hand, specializes in agricultural products like rice. Saudi Arabia, and the economy is heavily dependent on its vast oil reserve, while China has become a global manufacturing hub due to its advanced production capabilities and large labor force. This specialization and subsequent trade allow its country to benefit from the other strength, leading to a more efficient and progressive global economy for everyone involved. The global economy today. The global economy today is a profoundly interconnected. No country operates in isolation. Every nation, big or small, is independent through a complex web of trade and investment. This interdependence is most vividly demonstrated through the global supply chain. The global supply chain is a network that links every step of the production process, from sourcing raw materials to production, distribution, and finally, delivery to the consumer. For example, a smartphone might have its raw material sourced from one country, manufactured into components in another, assemble it's a third, and finally sold in a market on a different continent. This intricate system highlights just how much countries rely on each other to bring products to market. Investment overview now. Let's shift our focus to the second major topic, international investment. At its core, investing is a method to grow your money or asset over time, with the goal of increasing their value in the future. It's a strategy for achieving significant financial goals, such as saving for retirement or purchasing a house. It's crucial to understand the difference between investing and saving. While saving is a simple story money, often with minimal returns, investing offers the potential for much greater returns. So it also comes with a higher degree of risk. This potential for growth is what makes international investment a powerful engine for both individual wealth and global economic development. Types of investment. There are many types of investment, each with its own level of risk and return. Some of the most common include time deposit. This is one of the 7 investment options available. You deposit a sum of money into a bank for a specific agreed upon period and earn a fixed interest rate. It's a low risk, low return option, ideal for those seeking stability. Bonds. Bonds are a form of debt security. When you buy a bond, you are essentially lending money to an entity such as a government or a corporation. In return, the issuer promises to pay you back the principal amount at a future date and provides regular interest payment. Bonds offer a regular income stream and are generally considered have than stock. Gold. Gold has been a store of value for country. It is often considered a safe haven asset, particularly during times of economic instability or high inflation, because its value tends to be stable and is not easily eroded. It acts as a hedge against currency fluctuation and economic risk. Classical and modern trade theories. To understand the motivation behind international trade, we can look at the major categories of economic theories. The classical state-based trade theory explains trade based on difference in country abilities to produce goods, influenced by factors like natural resources, labor, and production costs. This category includes theories like Adam Smith's absolute advantage, which say a country should export what it can produce most efficiently. A more nuanced theory is David Ricardo, comparative advantage, which argues the trades can be profitable even if one country is superior at producing everything. The key is to specialize in the goods with the lowest opportunity cost. On the other hand, the modern frame-based trade theory, discussed in later chapters of economic books like the one by Krugman et al., focus on the role of multinational corporations, economic of scale, and innovation. It suggests the trade is not just about resource difference, but also about business strategies and competitive advantage. Foreign direct investment (FDI). A vital form of international investment is foreign direct investment or FDI. FDI is an investment made by a foreign party, which could be an individual, a company, or a government into a business in another country. The defining characteristic of FDI is the investor's goal to own or control at least 10% on the company voting share. This is a significant distinction as implies a lasting interest and active control over the business operation. Unlike portfolio investment, which is a passive investment in stock or bonds, FDI directly influences the company operation, technology, and management, making it a powerful driver of global economic integration. Benefit of FDI for host country. FDI offers substantial benefit for the host country. These benefits are far-reaching and can significantly impact economic development. Firstly, FDI brings in large capital inflow that can be used to fund major infrastructure projects and business expansion. Secondly, it leads to direct job creation and consequently an increase in community income. Thirdly, FDI facilitates the crucial transfer of technology, expertise, and modern management practice, which can boost the host country overall economic capacity and productivity. Fourthly, it helps in market differentiation and export growth by integrating local production into global supply chains. Finally, FDI inflow contributes to economic stability by helping to stabilize exchange rate and strengthen a country's foreign exchange reserve. So guys, the material is finished. Thank you for your attention and see you on the next video. Goodbye.